Well, you strip out the ability to
Make
hide things,
excuses, hide
to
things.
hide things.
Yeah, because reality is reality, man. When that dude half your size, 30 years older than you, just owns you on the mat over and over and over again, and you're like, what? You're just like, how? Man, that deeply affects you, you know?
Well, and I think, stripping down the ability to hide things, that's why first principles, that's why going back to the physics of a situation, all that sort of thing. You're trying to get to reality. And
Reality.
I avoid using truth because that's such an interpreted word.
Yes, right.
Reality,
Reality, right. Physics,
right?
reality, just the way things are, right?
Measurable facts about the world around us, or about,
100%.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So, um, and so what I need to do then is to recognize when something I perceive as reality isn't pure in how I arrived at it.
Yeah, right. It doesn't match up, right? Because one
Yeah.
question I had for you was, okay, you think you have, and I'm not arguing you have it or not, right? You think you have more self-awareness than the average Joe, right? I'm like, well,
Mhm.
how do you measure that? What did you measure that against?
Usually by when someone challenges a thought you have, how you respond to it.
Oh,
That's that.
interesting. Okay.
That's my general rule. I mean, there's a lot more aspects of behavior involved, but
Yeah.
generally, it's your ability to. It's how you respond to adverse or opposite opinions or things that happen. It's also like if something bad happens to you, how do you respond to it?
Yeah,
Right?
right, right,
Do
right,
you
right.
do you
Yeah.
go to, oh my gosh, the universe is out to get me, or God hates me, or do you like, gosh, this is reality really sucks today.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right,
right.
exactly. I don't know that that's self-awareness. That's probably more closer to emotions. How much emotions do you put into it? Which could tie to ego. Now, I have
Uh,
questions. Now, I got to
to me,
research this. That's
emotions
so
and
interesting.
to me, self-awareness is how you overcome immediate response to emotions. Basically, you realize
Oh,
my body wants to react in it. I want to be angry here. I want to yell here. I want to whatever here. I want to flip that guy off here. And your self-awareness is, this is what my body's telling me it wants to do, but this is not the right thing to do, the logical thing to do, the culturally appropriate thing to do.
see, I wonder. I think
You're
that's part of it. I think that's part of it, but I
and
think it's
maybe I'm
deeper than
titling
that.
it wrong, but maybe I'm using the wrong phrasing, but to me that's all I consider all of that self-awareness.
Yeah, and I don't disagree, actually. Let me tell you something. We should probably wrap this up because we always go longer. But hey, Chris, listen, the next handful of podcasts, let's dig into this because I know for me personally, this could be really fruitful, you know?
Well, so that I fill out the 75 hour bandwagon yesterday, so I'm
Fine,
starting
that's
it again.
cool.
I'm starting it again tomorrow, so I'll be finishing a few days later than you. But
Well, you don't know that, man. I could go day 74 and I could fall off the bandwagon,
yes,
right?
so I'll be rooting for you to fail. No, that's the wrong approach. I'll be rooting for you not to fail, but if you do, I'll understand.
Yeah.
Because I have to win. I have to get no.
You have to win, yeah.
Um, no, and honestly, there's a part of me that doesn't want you to fail, and a part of me that kind of wants you to fail.
Of course. Well,
right?
thank God, man. But let
I
me
mean
tell you
that.
something. The peak performers, it's like they like I was watching some YouTube video or something, and it was like tier one operators, right? And the guy asked,
Mhm.
"Is there competitive nature in what you do?" He's like, "For F's sake, dude, that's all there is. Everything's competitive. We'll bet on who can tie their shoes faster. We'll bet on anything. I mean, that's all it is. It's 100% ego, man. You know, but it's mixed with love because at the same time, I'll die for that dude. You know,
Mhm.
at the same time. So it's just interesting, just mix
Well,
of, emotions.
it's like families, teams where you badmouth each other internally, but you don't accept badmouthing from outside.
Yeah, I'll beat the crap out of you, but somebody else comes up, now we got a problem, right?
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
I'll beat the shit out of
And,
you, but not you,
and that,
you know?
that is human nature, and in my mind, it needs to be embraced. And
Yeah.
sometimes that's physical, sometimes it's verbal, sometimes it's other things, right? And that's why psychological safety is such a strange word, because depending on the environment you're in, you might be physical with each other and actually cause each other pain, but accept it because that's part of your environment that you're in. Versus someone else might be like, oh, we protect people's emotions, and somewhere else, I mean, everyone's going to be different depending on the team and
Yeah.
the environment.
Because I have to cause you pain because I need to toughen you up because I know that the outside forces if you can't handle me, you're not going to be able to handle them, you know? So
Yeah.
and that's love
And I would
somehow.
argue in those situations where the physical aspect is kind of stretched, that probably the emotional mental aspects probably don't get as much freedom.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a place where everyone's opinion is welcome, probably they don't get physical in those types of places, right?
Yeah, right. And
You know, it's
yeah.
all different.
And it's
You
got to
know,
be
and
some blend. It's like you go too far left or right, you got somewhere in the middle is probably the right answer, you know? So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think that makes sense. All right. So I don't know. Do we want to figure out who our guest is going to be to help us figure this out? Because I think that's important too.
Yeah, I think we should bring on Jordan Peterson. I think that'd be awesome to have
You want to
him on.
invite him? Go ahead.
I mean, the chances of saying yes are
I'm sure he'll be impressed by our 200, 200 followers.
pretty much zero, but you know. But hey, you never know. You know, you never know.
Those two young British guys who are philosophers. I've been watching a lot of their stuff, and they're fun to listen to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. All right, Chris, let's wrap this up.
All right. So, anyone comments on, of course, why I'm right and Scott's wrong?
Of course. Of course.
And you know, also, you know, subscribe, comments, things you want us to talk about. I'd love to hear from you. And also, yeah, remember, subscribe. The more we get,
subscribe.
the more we get, the happier we are.
The happier we are,
And
right?
you
The
know,
more
if one of you wants to come on and join these conversations and tell us how we're wrong and then let us yell at you, then go ahead.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, in fact, on the website we have a form you can fill out, right? I mean, we sent. In fact, somebody sent an email the other day. Actually, did you see that? Did you get that email?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that. Oh, wow.
Oh, they wanted
Okay.
to buy the domain name. I'll have to check to make sure you're on there as well too, actually. But they wanted to buy the domain name or something. But I just didn't respond to it. Yeah, I'm like,
Okay. Well, that's a
I
different
just
thing.
deleted it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, at some point, if the domain's worth a lot of money and we're ready to get out of it, then we can figure out what to do.
Yeah. We'll sell it to you for $5 or something, you know, whatever we can get out of it.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. We build a brand and it's worth millions, then we can consider that.
It's
But
more
anyway.
than $5 then at that point. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
All right. Cool.
So that's it. We're wrapped
Good
up.
talking to you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit stop here, and we're
Okay.
gonna go boom.